Hello there, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film or a franchise and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel with a panel of comedians. So, welcome to the show. If you've never seen it before, welcome aboard. You're watching live on Facebook with us right now. It's nice to have you. Please leave a comment about the show as we go, and there's a bit for you to join in later. But let's get our panel in here this evening. First of all, we've got Eddie French. Let's bring him in.
Hello.
Hello, Eddie French. You all right?
Hello, everyone. You all right? Yes, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good. I'm good. Thank you. Welcome.
Excellent.
We're so friendly on here, aren't we? Every time.
We are.
I know. Yeah. We don't speak to each other like that in real life. We're effing and jeffing all the time.
Oh, no.
Exactly. No. Let's. Should we meet the rest of the panel this evening? We've got next up.
Let's
do it. We've got Natalie Smeaton. Let's bring her in.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hello.
Right.
Nice to see you.
Chris.
Oh, yes.
Chris, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Eddie did ask
Good.
me this time though, so.
Yeah, he did. I noticed that, so I thought I'd do it better.
Well, it's always a treat to see you, Natalie. I'll just say that.
God bless you, Mary Poppins.
Always a treat. Yeah.
Show your face.
Just skip Mary Poppins. I mean, banter's started already, but look, we've got one more panelist this evening.
Yeah, where is he?
He's coming in right now. Please welcome Phil Smith.
Oh, no way.
He's not, he's not
Hey!
We're gonna get a copyright strike. Turn the music off.
Oh, no.
Will you play that?
Phil only half read the email.
I
No.
ordered the wrong fancy dress.
No.
So
hang on. I've got a solution. Hang on.
You're gonna punch a
How's
big
that?
half a cow.
Oh, perfect.
Is that
Oh,
better?
that's beautiful. That's lovely, Phil.
I love it.
I mean, it's a Sunday night anyway. You'd have that on
Should have
anyway.
tried
wouldn't you?
this, mate. Should have gone for this instead. There you go.
Oh, that's
Hey, up.
PG.
Hey, we have to see your pants.
No,
Put that
It's a
down.
family show.
we're not.
I've seen
We're
a
not
bit of sausage meat there.
No, you
Oh,
can't.
We're not after the watershed. There may be some strong scenes this evening viewing on Facebook. Some strong language. Got loads of disclaimers now to put up. Anyway, but the film, as Phil has grasped the wrong end of the stick there, is the Rocky Horror Picture Show tonight. Not Rocky, but there you go. It's close. It's close.
No.
I like.
Although I can imagine what Phil's requel will be like now.
Yes, exactly. Spoiler alert for later.
knows?
Spoiler.
Yep.
So yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's the film for tonight. The panel's going to do a prequel, a sequel, and a requel. They get a minute on the clock if you've not seen the show before to pitch them to us. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, you can join in with your comments. We'll get them fed through to us here on StreamYard. And we're asking you for new Lord of the Rings film titles this evening. So
Oh.
get your thinking caps on. You can send us those throughout the evening as we go. We'll be here for about an hour tonight, 9 o'clock, 9:15, something like that. So plenty of time to get those in. First of all, though, I'd like to read you the back of the DVD box for Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is how they sold it to you back in the day. You ready for this? Here we go.
Yeah.
Fasten your garter belt for the time-warping, gender-bending cult classic starring Tim Curry, Barry Boswick, Susan Sarandon, and Meatloaf. Rocky Horror is still guaranteed to thrill you, chill you, and fulfill you. That's it. That's all they had to say about Rocky Horror Show.
Yep.
They didn't mention any of the sci-fi and all the weird stuff going on, but
if they tried to explain the plot, that would be quite sort of
bizarre.
convoluted and yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Right then. So I think we're going to crack straight on. We all know the score now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with Phil and the prequels this evening.
Why don't you assume some of the viewers don't know the score and explain what we're supposed to do?
I've already told them, Eddie. She's been listening.
All right then. I was adjusting my garter belt.
I did tell him, yeah. Well, you should have
Can I
adjusted
say-
that before you came on and sorted your sausage roll out.
Nah, you couldn't see out.
He was
You did-
tucked
we
in.
all saw-
He was tucked in.
I thought I missed
Can I
that.
I've got
say,
a question. I've got a question. Is my
Yes.
toothpick too big? It feels like it's massive.
You look
No,
very
you-
elegant.
Your head's just shrunk.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think you could
Yeah.
kill a man. You could kill a man with that.
Right. Okay. To
What
try
size
and
of a
bring
club sandwich did you pull that one out of?
get it from Greg.
Big,
Get it from
big
Greg.
sandwich
this
like
morning.
It's got lipstick all over it now.
that. Don't we all love?
Bloody hellfire. Right. I'm going to start the prequels if you
We're
let
having
me.
banter, Chris. We're having
I know,
banter.
but we want better banter than that.
Oh, right. Should have said.
Do the thing first, and you can have a bit of banter after it. I'm only kidding. You can say what you want. Audience as well who's watching it on Facebook, you can vote for these pitches. So remember your pitches. We'll do a quick recap after each round, and then you can vote and send your comments in, and we'll do that. So first of all, the Rocky Horror Picture Show prequels. We're going to start off with Phil, first of all, or Rocky Balboa, as he's known. Are you going to do it as Rocky?
No, I won't be able to pronounce some of the words as Rocky.
I'll give you an extra 30 seconds.
I keep
Right, you ready?
the Geordie.
I'm going to, Geordie Balboa, I'm going to put you a minute on the clock. You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
It's 1950s America. Riff Raff and Magenta have landed their spaceship in a small suburban town in Jacksonville, Arkansas. The spaceship is disguised as a coffee shop diner restaurant called the Totally Straight None of That Funny Business Goes On Here Great American Diner. Riff Raff mans the hot plate and cash register while Magenta serves the tables. The coffee is laced with an alien-developed sedative that transforms even the straightest white hillbilly cowboy into a raving bisexual cross-dressing deviant. Soon the town is alight with many of these free-flowing fancy folks until local enforcement officer Tim Warp rumbles the plan. Tim is the only one in town who doesn't drink hot beverages, hence his ability to take on these sexually deranged predators. The film has a number of musical numbers such as I'm Just a Strong Frothy Coffee, Hot Patates, Damn It Tex, and one harrowing group sex scene called Let's Do Tim Warp Again. The final scene sees Tim managing to save the town with an uncomfortable bottom, by the way, by distributing straight sexual literature to the locals, who in turn rebel against the coffee shop, which see them leave the planet. Hey, it's the 50s. That stuff wasn't welcome back then.
Wow. Okay. 1 minute 10. There you go. Very good. Okay. So this is where we let our panel grill the person who's just pitched. So Eddie and Natalie, fire away with any questions you might have for Phil.
I was genuinely so enraptured with that entire pitch that I didn't think of a question. So I'm going to think on while Eddie answers. It was good.
That's good.
So will this film show Riff Raff and Magenta up to be hypocrites because they said, Frankenfurter, you've failed your assignment, but technically don't they fail because Tim Warp stops them from totally gender queering the entire town? So would that mean that, you know, that's even sort of heavier for the main film?
I think it's a good point, Eddie, but Frankenfurter isn't in this one, so he'll never know. So they are hypocrites, but they're just not going to tell him.
It'll be poetic irony that the audience are aware of, but the character's not. Right.
That's correct. Well done.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Nat, have you got a question yet?
Yeah, sort of one. Yeah.
Okay.
Does any of this affect the town's pets? I mean, do they become gender fluid, corset wearing, free loving pets, or do they just stay pets?
Yeah, there's
a guinea pig in a basque. Is that what?
Yeah, I want to see a guinea pig in a basque. Yeah.
It's not so much domestic pets, but local wildlife. There's a swamp close by, and a couple of crocodiles get bumming.
Is there a squirrel in hot pants? Is there a chipmunk in a pair of suspenders? I need to know.
There could possibly be an iguana in a gimp mask.
Oh. Okay.
I'll watch this. I'd watch this.
All right.
You ought to see the Jacksonville Zoo. It's a state.
Yeah. Remember that pitch then, everybody watching. Get your votes in.
Lipstick on me teeth.
Wait until you've... it happens all the time. Can't take you seriously in that hat. Right then, let's go to Eddie's pitch now. Eddie's prequel, please, for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Going to put you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
I am, yes.
Away you go.
So the prequel is called Frankie Goes to Hollywood. We join a teenage Francis Nigel Furter. He is a gawky nerd. He leaves school. He sort of graduates high school to attend the University of Southern California in Los Angeles to study anatomy and chemistry. After a lot of encouraging by his new friends, he joins them at the fabulous Whiskey A Go-Go bar in West Hollywood and is exposed to rock and roll and counterculture. After this, a clove cigarette and cheap whiskey dream he has, he sees himself as Frankenfurter, the character that we all know and love. He spends a lot of time fighting this urge, and because of that, he passes and becomes a doctor, the highest pass in his class. Then the US government want to hire him for various things, reanimating soldiers in the field, but find a sequined basque in his flat. They tell him they can make him a man. He realizes that he doesn't want that and sets off out to do demented science all by himself. His friends find a pile of semi-burned men's clothes outside his house and a note saying he was going to stop dreaming it and be it.
Okay, 125 there. Went a bit over, but I'll let you off.
Sorry.
That's fine, that's fine. Okay, questions, Nat and Phil?
When you say oh, go on. No, you go first, Phil. You go first.
Is this a musical then as well? You know, is there going to be some rip roaring tracks and sing songs involved?
It seems it would be a shame not to, for it not to be, wouldn't it? So
any examples of any songs, any song titles you can think of?
There's going to be yes, I'll make a man out of you once I've worked out where all the bits go. That's a good song. Because he's still learning anatomy at the time, you know, and I'm sodium into you. That's for the chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
That's good answer.
I want to know what sort of other mad science he does.
Oh, he does demented science. He does crazed science. He does, damn it, man, you're trying to play God science. That's very popular.
Is that the science that we see in the actual film?
In the Rocky Horror Picture Show, we see his own discipline, which combines the most dangerous elements of crazed, demented, and my God, man, you're trying to play God science. He's filtered it all down, and alchemy. He's put all that together, which is why Rocky's pants are gold when he was born.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ties in. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Right then, Nat, let's move on then to your prequel.
Okay.
I'm going to put you a minute on the clock. Remember what you've heard, everybody on Facebook Live there. This is the final prequel, and you can vote. Minute starts now.
Okay, so Fred is a vicar in a small church. He's been there for a long time. Him and his spooky American Gothic team who clean and look after the church are very somber. They do the job very well and they're devoted to the flock. But one night, a craft crashes in the land behind the church. They all rush out to see what happened and they discover an alien spaceship. Now, this spaceship has crashed. It's from the planet Transsexual and everything in it needs a human host. So they infect the vicar, and he begins to recruit the people in the town around him and his team to start becoming transsexuals too. And all the hymns at the church start being like not proper hymns. And the vicar starts not doing, like wearing very unusual clothes. And then the villagers realize there's something going on and they drive them out of the village trying to kill them. So they have to go on the run. And eventually Frank, Riff Raff, Magenta, and their groupie end up in the crumbling castle that we see them in, after running for their lives. That's my prequel.
Okay. Classic 50s America there.
It's like that Christmas Story film that Americans love for some reason.
Oh, that's another episode altogether. That one we'll do that on Christmas. Good job.
Oh, please don't make me watch that film again.
No, just because you brought it up. Right then,
all right, fine.
Phil and Eddie, have you got questions then for Natalie's there?
Is this one going to feature more of a gospel score on account of it being set in a sort of a church, that sort of Baptist-y kind of feeling to it, rather than the sort of more throwback rock and roll of the original film.
Well, I think it's going to start gospel and like James Brown style, proper Motown gospel-y, like 40s, 50s, like that stuff. But then it's going to move into rock and roll at the end.
It'll become Little Richard. I see.
Yeah. And there'll be like this really cool guitar riff when they're being chased out of town.
Nice.
Like that when they're being chased out of town.
That's a cool riff. That's a cool riff.
Yeah.
It is a cool riff, as opposed to the more traditional banjo chase.
It still works.
Yeah, it would actually.
You may not be ready for that, but your kids are gonna love it.
Is that George Bush?
Yep. It wasn't. It was his predecessor. You may not be ready for that, but your kids are gonna love it. I did have sex with that woman.
I got a question.
Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. That was not the quote. He didn't go, I did have sex with that woman. He said, I did not have sexual relations.
I know, but he did.
What? Don't you remember? And he went like that at the end. He went. All right.
Boys, we need to be here.
It was me, not I.
The FBI could be watching this, guys. Come on, be serious.
Yeah.
I imagine the FBI have got much more interesting things to do with their time.
We just got a message from the FBI. Let me get you ready. Your questions anyway. You're supposed to be asking you questions. Sorry, Phil. Phil,
the FBI are an improv group in Sheffield.
Federal Bureau of Improv.
Yeah.
There could be a feminist one, front bottoms intensive.
Yeah, Feminist Bureau of Improv. Oh, we're not doing anything about willies.
I suspect Nat's stalling now because of this hard-hitting question that's coming. Come on.
I've got a tough, hard-hitting question coming.
Here we go. Come on.
Natalie, are you ready? You've mentioned how they all get a bit depraved and saucy and stuff like that. What type of outfits do they wear? Is there any sort of neck leather?
Well, it starts really subtly. So at first, when he's doing his sermons, he's just got like a little peekaboo vestment on. But it does very quickly disintegrate into very, very tiny pair of shorts and a bra with nothing in it. And then, seeing as you seem to be a little bit obsessed with gimps and
tell me about the neck leather.
And the neck leather, he's going to have a big one with spikes on, and then a couple of the members of the clergy, probably actually, are going to lick it maybe during the sermons. Yeah, that'd be the clergy, and then he's going to pull it down like that, and he's going to do that just for you because we know you like that too.
You know, he's only asking you about the necks because of his strange thing we've found out over the weeks.
Yeah.
If ever he asks about a neck question, now tread very carefully.
Yeah.
Right then, so it's time to vote. You've heard all the prequel pitches there. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at our comments. So this is your time to vote on the comments on Facebook now. Stick your vote in, who's you like the best, and I'll have a read of them. Straight away, we've got a vote for Nat there. Oh, actually, let's do your recap first. Wait a minute. So let me recap for you. Phil's was the 1950s. UFO comes down. There's a diner. I believe everybody's turning. They're turning them into bisexuals as well. That's the same as
depraved bisexuals.
Right, and then Tim Warp comes to
Tim Warp's the local enforcement officer. For this film. Yeah, and Tim Warp's the enforcement officer.
You look a little bit like Tim Warp at the moment, actually, Phil.
Hey, I need like a little ticket in my hat, don't I?
This is the recaps. Hang on, we can't tell.
Sorry, man.
Right, Eddie's was Frankie goes to Hollywood. So basically, Frankfurter's young life, goes to uni, bar, rock and roll. He's exposed to rock and roll. All sorts happens there. Natalie's was Fred Vicar, alien crash, planet from the planet's transsexual, and the recruiting people to become transsexuals. That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah, invasion of the body snatchers. Yeah,
we're getting votes flying in now. They're coming in. Here we go. So let's vote ourselves in the room. Let's vote ourselves in the room first. I'm going to vote for. Oh, you see, the first one and the third one are very similar to me. I'm going to vote for Eddie's.
Oh, I'm voting Phil.
Phil, one for Phil there.
I'm voting nuts. I like shut me on the neck leather.
Eddie, who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Nat as well.
Oh, thanks, friends.
I
Lovely.
like something that's going to sort of upset the Bible Belt. I think that would be a tremendous fun.
Right, let's go. Now this should work. I'm going to put the votes up so you can see them. So the proof. Right, here we go. There we go. Amanda Millington's voted for Eddie there. Might take a bit of time. This, I didn't really think this through. Hang on. We got the Forrests there. There's two
for Phil.
There is two of them. We can verify that. It's sat on the Yo. Vote for Nat. Now this is Bob, but he hasn't changed his profile. Hello, Bob. So it looks like we're just talking about our own show. That's fine though. Vote for Nat. Bob. What a surprise! Voting for you, Nat. Come on, Bob. Yeah. Mandy's voting for Phil. No surprise there either. I mean, let's have some shock votes tonight, at least. You know what I mean? What else we got?
Someone's going to vote for Stephen. We're going to. Who the hell was that guy?
I think that's all the votes at the moment. We got a few more. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Oh no, we got another. Anna's voting for Phil. There had me a iguana in a gimp mask.
Who wouldn't?
All of that. Yeah.
Well, that's quite a place to be had.
We've got some more bants and stuff going on here, but I'll save that for later, obviously. You know what I mean? Right, we don't want to spend it all at once, so we've got some stuff there.
No,
right, I'm going to top the votes. Any more votes quickly before we top that up? Nope. Okay. So the winner on that round with 5 was Phil.
Whoa! Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Nat had 3, Eddie had 2. But to make you feel better, I got none.
Didn't make me feel better.
No, didn't make me feel better. That. Right then, so we're gonna let's move straight on to the next round. So everybody playing on Facebook now, you see how it works. We're gonna go to the sequels, Rocky Horror Show, Pitch Show sequels. Okay, we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna start with Eddie this time, please.
Hey.
Don't forget, everybody watching on Facebook, you can leave a Lord of the Rings suggestion, want a new title for a Lord of the Rings film, anything you like. Can be a bit filthy if you want. Because if there's any kids watching, there shouldn't be. Because we say it's adult still everywhere.
Get to bed, you little bastards.
Yeah. Whoa, go read the Gruffalo.
No, I was talking to my kids there. Who's just over here.
I like it. I think you just got a clap for that, Phil.
Don't interrupt Daddy while he's dressed as Rocky.
Got a clap for that, I think.
Oh, man.
Right then, let's get on with this. So Eddie, I've got your time lined up there. Are you ready for this?
Lovely.
This is your sequel. Here we go.
Cool. Brad and Janet are successful at running their chain of touch me sensual massage parlors for perverts. It's a business they went into after meeting Frankenfurter and the rest. One day, while Janet is ordering more various oils and unguents, she's visited by the spirits of Frank, Columbia, and Rocky. Riff Raff and Magenta are back, and they're going to invade the Earth in a weird sort of incesty way. So after a quick meal of Delivery Boy, the couple and the trio of spirits set off to take down Riff and Mag. The spirits pass the time by possessing Brad and Janet alternately so they can all bang loads. Riff Raff and Magenta are defeated by throwing various large switches.
Okay, yeah. 53 seconds there. Lovely. Okay. Right then. So questions, Nat and Phil?
Yeah, what would have happened if they'd have thrown the wrong switch?
Oh, presumably one of them would have turned into a nude statue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really obvious question to ask, Nat. Come on. I think we all know what happens if you throw the wrong switch.
That's the bit in the film I didn't quite get. Was he just the power of him? I mean, there were a lot I didn't get, but the power that his power that he just looked at people, and when they threw the switch, they were the ones who turned to stone. Because it seemed like that.
Well, he is an alien.
Yeah, I guess.
True.
Yeah, he can do what he wants.
Yeah, can. Silly me questioning that. Phil, have you got a question there for Eddie?
Yeah. Have you had a think about who's going to play the main characters in this, or are you sticking with majority of the original cast?
As many of the original cast as possible, but I'm not going to ask Biggins because
he's doing panto.
Yeah, it's probably. I'm already busy, darling. I'm doing panto.
Only not at the moment. Yeah.
No, not. He's wherever. To be honest, for most of Biggins' life, wherever he's been doing panto. Yeah, I think. We could always do it animated and then have them do the voiceovers. That would be an easier way to do it.
Does that answer your question, Phil? Yeah,
it does. It was an adequate answer.
Only adequate.
I've only ever wanted to be adequate. Yeah. Adequate the last time I gave an answer that bad.
I'm trying to work out which president that one.
President Groucho Marx.
JFK. That was JFK, that one. I'd like to say that I've come up with some solution.
That's Mayor Quimby, and you know it.
That's who it's based on, isn't it?
I know that's who it's based on.
Yeah. Smithers, give me the Declaration of Independence.
That was Gerald Ford.
There you go, Gerald Ford.
If you've just tuned in, now welcome to the Chris Lumb Impression Show. Next up, Frank Spencer.
You won't let me do that one. You said it'd never work and nobody would come on it.
The thing is, on the Chris Lumb Impression Show, Frank Spencer is always the next one up.
He's the host.
Yeah. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it.
I've got Harrison Ford.
Oh no, Chewbacca's done a little whoopsie in the Millennium Falcon.
All right, you bastards. All right, that's my entire repertoire.
That is your act, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is the act. With no material, so you've nailed that bit as well. So well done. Right now, are you ready for your sequel? Before they pick one of my other ones, there are only 5 of these. Columbo, they didn't mention him, so we're all right. Right now, I've got you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Away you go.
Okay, so this starts immediately after the first film. It's Brad and Dr. Scott trying to recreate Frank's experiments and make an army of super soldiers in little gold shorts. Meanwhile, on the Galaxy Transylvania, Riff Raff and Magenta get back with the dead body of Frank, and the whole of Transylvania is absolutely appalled. Riff Raff realise they've made a mistake with Magenta, realise they've made a mistake, and they pretend that the humans killed him. So en masse, the Transylvanians come to invade Earth and kill every single human on it in revenge for Frank's death. So when they found out that they're coming, Brad and Dr. Scott have to call Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum to help them to defeat this massive army of Transylvanians. Jeff Goldblum, well up for it, gets straight into a basket and a pair of suspenders, looks great, does his job. Will Smith just is a bit street about it. But eventually, with their army of super soldiers in gold pants, Will, Jeff, Brad and Dr. Scott, they beat the Transylvanians and they send them packing, and Earth is saved.
Wow, okay. 1 minute 12. Very good. Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine.
It's Jeff Goldblum got me excited.
What do I always tell everybody who comes on this show? Never apologise.
Don't be late. Don't be late or I'll kill your family.
I say don't apologise. And I always release the families after, so come on. Give me a break.
To this point, he has released every family.
That's true. I'll give you that.
And what would President Clinton... No, we're not going there. Have you got any questions for Natalie's pitch there?
Yo, I've got a question. I've got to stop doing that, haven't I?
No, I never get tired of it, to be honest.
I didn't realise you'd started.
Hey, yo, hey, Dean! That's the new catchphrase that he's got. Hey, Dean! That's when he cuts you off in mid-improv. I just go, hey, Dean! He never does that.
Oh dear.
I say I can't resist an audience.
I've got a question. This sounds like a really epic Hollywood-style blockbuster. Yeah. Who is going to be your director of choice?
Oh,
well,
question.
It's between Ridley Scott, because it's got like a bit of an alien-y theme, hasn't it? So we might go Ridley Scott. I mean, I might go completely the other way and get Richard Curtis in. You know, let's make it a rom-com. Let's make it a rom-com. Yeah. What if Martine McCutcheon is one of the Transylvanians and Hugh Grant is one of the men in little gold shorts?
Yeah. What do I look like in this bath?
Oh my God! Look at the style in his bath, that sort of thing.
Oh, well, if I may say so, it's a
Was that a goat?
him and Jeff Goldblum would have the longest conversation in the world. That would be really good. I'd enjoy that a lot, actually. That would be a good
Next up
half
on the
hour.
Chris Lumb Impression Show
I'm not going to
is Jeff Goldblum.
I'm not
Do
going
it,
to do
Chris.
Jeff. I'm not going to do it. No.
I love Jeff.
I'm not going to do it. No. Well, it's great to be chasing down some aliens. There you go. God, it's the right impression night tonight. We don't usually do this. What's going on?
Well,
Right.
you did say you weren't going to do it, so.
Quick one for you. Do you know? Have you seen a film called Transylvania 65000 with Jeff Goldblum?
No.
No, sounds good.
Check it out. But he's in Transylvania and that, so you could tie it in with that, your movie.
Yeah.
Just as a bit of trivia. It's a good film.
It is.
Good.
Have you seen it, Phil?
Yeah.
You just said he hadn't.
No.
I was like, oh, yeah.
I was nodding. I was nodding.
He's showing off to
Sorry,
impress
I thought
girls.
you said you hadn't. It is a good film, isn't it?
Showing off because I've got television.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you win that?
I'm
in-
allowed
did
to
you-
stay up as late as I want watching it.
Was that one of your prizes in one of your fights? Did you win a big telly?
Yeah, hey, I've won a Samsung 32-inch. That was, yeah, okay.
Rack, you better get some batteries for the controller. Right, let's keep going.
Rock, your banter's drying up, Rock.
I've forgotten if you've both done your questions now. You haven't you? So that's fine.
Yeah.
Right, Phil, it's your turn. Your sequel, please. You ready for this?
Yeah, okay.
Minute on the clock. Go.
Frankenfurter is brought back from the dead by the elders of his planet in a zombie apocalypse style sequel where Frankenfurter goes on a Michael Douglas falling down style rampage to murder all homophobic, misogynistic idiots. The world has changed since the 70s. Even Frank is confused about what you're allowed to say and the different acronyms and the ways you're allowed to refer to people. So Frank just goes with a blanket approach of murdering all ignorant idiots. It starts with him landing back on Earth, like Arnie in Terminator, where he approaches a tall lass on a hen do dressed as a naughty nun and requests her clothes. He then heads to a Wetherspoons pub to start the cleansing. It ends with Frank becoming a huge hero. So much so that he ends up appearing on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Wow. Okay. 49 seconds. Very good. Okay. Questions, please. Nat and Eddie.
What's his weapon of choice?
It is a feather duster, but with barbed wire in it. Ooh.
Ah.
Ouch.
So he doesn't use the laser trident with the straight lines that come out of it that kill everyone at the end of the film.
No, it doesn't quite go with his nun uniform, but the feather duster does for some reason. I don't know why.
Do you know the trident thing? Wouldn't it have been better to concentrate all the firepower into one laser and make it more powerful?
What? And rob us of all of that wonderful CGI? I don't think so.
It just looked a bit unmanageable, you know, like...
Yeah.
Is this the Medusa thingy, whatever it's called?
No, the thing that he holds with the thing.
Gun thing, and it's like...
No, it's held like a pistol, but I think it's a reference to when he's dressed as the American Gothic guy at the beginning and he's got a pitchfork, hasn't he? When he's outside the church right at the beginning going, Janet.
Oh, did the Atlas guy have a staff with a thing? What do you call it? Trident. You know, the Atlas with the, you know, the guy.
The Kraken?
Oh, well, the guy who holds the world.
Yeah. Thought he had one.
No, you're thinking of Zeus.
Oh, right, okay. Poseidon.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Thanks for hijacking my
King
pitch
Triton
there.
from The Little Mermaid.
We're clearing things up with your pitch. You've done your pitch. We're asking these hard-hitting questions now to make sure you've done your own work. Have you got any more questions for Phil?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yes.
I want to know at least 2 more celebrities going into the jungle with him, and I want to know if he bangs all of the celebrities at some point while he's in there.
It's one of the Biggins.
Yes, one of them is Biggins because he needs some money with no panto.
No panto, better go in the jungle. Yeah.
And the other one is just some bint off Geordie Shore. Yeah, and he does bang her. They all do.
In the
Even
jungle.
bigots.
Yeah.
Higgins has a pop
And
as well. Yeah.
he deep throats a widgety grub, not because it's a task, just for pleasure.
Does he try to seduce Ant and Dec at any point?
He does, yeah, because he has a forehead fantasy that he just wants to do a splash on each of the foreheads. It's getting rude
I
now.
thought I'd invite you into my bush,
This is the
Tucker.
rudest episode we've
You're
had.
doing great. You're doing great. It's in my eyebrows.
They could go everywhere.
Welcome to the Impression Show. If you just you've had it all so far, you missed some great ones. Is there any more questions? Did you ask a question, Eddie? Or
I did.
yeah,
I asked about the weapon of choice, didn't I?
Okay, yep, you did.
Did.
Very good. So that was a question. Right, we cleared that up. Cool. Right, it's voting time then for the sequel. So again, if you're on Facebook Live, this is the time to vote. I'll give you a quick recap of everybody's. So Eddie's was Brad and Janet run a massage parlour. Bless you, Nat. You all right?
Yeah, thank you.
We all got line of these.
Wow.
Sorry.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Welcome to Hay Fever Weekly.
You just made me sneeze.
The powers of.
dear.
I'm
Caught
getting
it from you.
I'm going to sniffing now, but it's all that cocaine we can afford by doing these shows, you know. We all had a line before we started. We take baggies round to each other's houses before we start. It's lovely. It's a bit of a service. Right then, so spirits possess I've put, and then switches go off. Is that about right?
Nailed it.
Yeah, they
Nailed
defeat Riff Raff and Magenta by throwing switches.
There
like,
you go.
The
Right.
first
Like
one.
in the movie. Okay, Natalie's was Invasion of Earth. Brad calls Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum to sort it out with an army of gold pant wearers. Is that correct?
Yeah, super soldiers. Yeah.
Super soldiers. Phil's was Frankenfurter's brought back from the dead. And he goes on a falling down type rampage, murdering all ignorant idiots. And then it ends with, how does it end again? I didn't get that bit.
It ends with him in Weatherspoons killing everyone and then becoming a champion and going on to I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
Right, cool. Okay. So get your votes in. We'll wait for them to come through from Facebook because I think there is a little bit of a delay on there. Listen, we're voting in here first of all. Let's go for this. So
I'm going to vote for Phil.
You're going to vote for Phil's? Right then. Lovely. I was going to vote for Nat's, but I changed my mind on Phil's. So I'm going to vote for Phil's as well because I was sold on the Will and Jeff, but then when I heard Phil's, I was like, oh, Falling Down's kind of nailed it there. And I like the fact that he's just going around slaughtering.
Murder. Just like the murder.
People. I like the ignorant people
Likes
getting murdered.
murder.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Phil too. Yeah.
Okay, right. Wow, across the board.
I'm going to vote for Eddie's.
Can't vote for
because,
yourself. Right.
no, I'm going to vote for Eddie's. I like the backstory there.
Lovely backstory. Lovely. Okay, let's have a look on our votes here. We've got this one. This is Bob. That's not our account, but he's signed in as us. Vote for Phil there from Bob. He's changed it since we said about Nat. It was going to be Nat. You were going to get a vote there. I ruined your vote for you. We got Mandy voting for Nat. Just for
Thanks,
Jeff Goldblum
Mandy.
in suspenders. Yes.
It's a strong case. It's a strong case.
It is. It is. Maybe I'd have changed it if I'd have known Jeff were having suspenders on. I didn't know that was clear. What else we got? We've got Amanda's voting for Nat as well. Oh, it's everything to play for. These Facebook votes, you know what I mean? What else we got? We've got suspenders vote, Anna there as well.
Thank you.
Oh, it's creeping up now. Phil's sweating. Look at that.
It's
Here
just
we
'cause
go.
he's
Hang
wearing
on,
a coat indoors.
Wait a minute. One vote for Phil, one vote for Eddie's. Right, okay.
Thank you.
Still all to play for here. Come on. Oh, no, it's not because last minute vote here from Tracy.
Yo, Tracy!
Yo, Tracy! I think that's it for votes. And let me just double check. Bob sent us some horses' heads for some reason.
We're not doing The Godfather this week.
I think that's all the votes for that section. Lovely. So the winner is Phil. Phil again. That's two. That's two. Well done, Phil.
Thank you.
Right, we're gonna. It's not everything to play for now because he's won the entire night too. Because there's only
I'm going to go
but
now.
we're still gonna. No, we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna go on. We're still gonna go on as if it's.
He's
still
got
to
Rocky
play
2
for.
on pause in the DVD player.
yeah.
Oh God! Right, which is your favourite Rocky? Quickly.
My favourite Rocky.
For
No, is for me it's Rocky 3 because it has Hulk Hogan and Mr. T in.
I like Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, really. So.
Good joke, that Chris. Welcome to the Chris Lumb Joke Show.
Stop renaming the shows to rubbish ones.
I love Drago and the big I can change, you can change, maybe I can change.
Do you know,
The training montage in the Alps is brilliant. The training montage in the Alps where he grows a big beard.
The best Rocky trailer is number 4, but I don't think it's the best movie myself. The trailer's the best Rocky trailer. It gets you, you're like, bloody hell, I'll go watch that, and then you watch it. We're all right.
Yeah,
and also,
the Phantom Menace trailer did the same thing, didn't it?
Yeah. Also, the score, they changed the composer for number 4, so it didn't have your usual. Anyway, what was on about that for?
I was going to answer and be controversial and just go Creed 2. That's my favourite.
The Creed films are brilliant.
They are good. Anyway, right, okay. Let's get on to our requels. We're going to start with Natalie this time. Just
Okay.
shake it up a bit like we do on this show. Anything can happen on here.
Okay, you're crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
I mean, I might just turn all the cameras off. You know, I won't. So we'll get them back. Right then, so I'm going to put your minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a quick one, this one. Yeah.
That's fine. Away you go.
So nice, Phil. Thank you. That's great. So I don't want to change the film because I actually really like the film, even though it's a bit weird and it's got a weak ending. Instead, what I'm going to do is I need every main part to be played by Christopher Biggins. I don't want any of the other cast in it. So Christopher Biggins is being everybody except the party guests. And the party guests are going to be people like the remaining Chuckle Brother, Les Dennis, Darren Day, just like in all of them 3, just in like loads of different wigs and stockings. So it looks busier than it is. They just keep swapping lights. That's all I want. I just want it to be redone by Christopher Biggins and a tired cast of 80s and 90s has-beens. Yeah. That's my recall. That's what I want.
Okay, good, cool. 54 seconds. It wasn't that short. It was fine. Well done. Questions,
yeah,
please?
I've got a question. Who are you going to get to play the deceased Chuckle Brother? Because you said you got the Chuckle Brothers in it, so only one can be in it.
I got the remaining, yeah.
Oh, right.
I did say the remaining Chuckle Brother.
Oh, sorry,
Thanks
I thought you said the Romanian Chuckle Brothers. Sorry, I got confused there.
Well, I mean, they would be cheaper.
To me,
to you, Scott.
They would be cheaper. Let's hire the Romanian Chuckle Brothers then. Let's do that.
Yeah, but they'd probably work harder.
They probably will actually get the job done.
Works harder than the Chuckle Brothers.
Dimitri to you three.
Dimitri to you three. I like it. Dimitri to you three.
The Chuckle Brothers avoided you tree.
Oh yes, of course, yes. Oh, we're going to the dark waters now.
We're not suggesting that Chuckle Brothers were involved in Utri at all, just to clear that up.
Joe's just kicking off in me here.
No, I was going mad. We didn't say it. Ooh. We'll bring him on next week so you can see it. I've just made a promise we can't do.
So, will they personalise their roles a bit? It's like a jump to the left. That's to me. And then a step to the right. That's to you.
No, but he'd only say one because the other one in there would be really sad.
Oh, that would be sad.
I know.
Yeah.
It's more of a drama
to me,
now.
I'll just keep it then.
Oh. Who'd have thought all the Chuckle Brothers material would have
Barry.
There won't be anyone to escalate the oh dears. Oh dear.
Oh, don't. I'm getting upset now.
I wish I'd never said this now.
I've got a solution. Right. Keith Harris died. Why don't we give Orville to Paul Chuckle?
Oh my God, that's perfect.
And Cuddles to Biggins.
Oh, hello. I'm not going with that big fruitcake.
That's a good Cuddles, that.
I saw Keith Harris and Orville and Cuddles at my students' union in the Freshers' Week one year, and
hang on a minute. No, it's going somewhere. Don't worry.
It was an adult version of his regular show.
Yeah.
Except
yeah.
he couldn't bring himself to do anything rude with Orville, so most of the show was just Cuddles the monkey spunking water out of a little device in his crotch.
I've seen it.
Oh, look at all the women! Oh! And then just
I totally forgot about this, Eddie, but I've just had a flashback to when I was at uni, and that was on my uni as well.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And then
I had no idea.
And then at the end, he did. They did. I wish I could fly. And then this is his big finale. He goes, well, do you know what, Orville? I believe you can fly. And he did the whole of I believe you can fly to Orville as he walked around him on a stool.
Did he have any adult language in it though? Because it was an adult.
Loads. Yeah. Cuddles was effing and jeffing all over the place. Right. It was incredible. Oh, look at that!
I get fannies.
Yeah. Oh, you stink of fish, love. It was fucking horrible. It was really, really bad, but he wouldn't do anything bad with Orville. Orville was just this tiny baby duck. It was... I mean,
if anybody's watching
he was just
I'm pretty sure as well, if you remember this, Eddie, but Keith Harris referred to Cuddles as that ginger wanker at one point as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. It was proper mucky. It was a really dirty show.
I had no idea.
It was kind of sad.
Was that your question?
No, it was about the to me to you thing. It's all right.
All right. Yeah. So I think everybody's we've got to the bottom of that.
It got a bit dark, but I enjoyed it.
We're going to bring it back though. Watchers, it's going to be like that. We're back. Phil, it's your turn, please, for your requel. I forgot to tell the viewers at home, a requel's a reboot or a reimagination of the film. So just to clear that up, if anybody's starting, what are you on about? Requel? I don't know who that was, but are you ready for this?
Bill Clinton.
All right.
I'm ready.
I know what a requel is. All right. Right, I've got your clock ready. You ready? A minute. Away you go.
Right. So basically, the remake is a hybrid of Rocky 1 as well. Has to be, doesn't it? Riff Raff is a Mickey-style character played by Danny DeVito, and Frank is Mickey's prize fighter and lover played by Russell Brand. Together, they plan to take over the boxing world with a new style of fighter, a transvestite Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa, or as he's known as Rocky Featherboa in this. Made in the lab and grown in a birth tank, Rocky is born a full man, but with a penchant for ladies' underwear. The film features a lot of training montages of Rocky wearing various pieces of negligee and kink, getting prepared to fight world heavyweight champion Apollo Tweed, who's an English bigot who hates all things not white and straight, but loves wearing tweed. And then it's the usual sort of Rocky format, but with songs in it as well.
Right,
I think Rocky was missing.
56 seconds. Okay. Well, first off the bat, then I want to know one of the song titles, please, and a quick, brief bit of it.
You've got. I can't think. I got loads in my head a minute.
Come on. What about?
You've got one. Dragging harder. That's one of them as well. Dragging harder. And he's got a montage of putting lipstick on like that and then doing his eyes. That's one of them.
The only way to get good is to punch this meat. Beat the meat. Beat the meat. The only way to get good is to punch this meat. Punch the meat. Beat the meat. Beat the meat. Yeah.
That work out. Was that? That was Richard O'Brien.
It was
Was it Richard O'Brien or Tim Curry? I can't tell.
Oh, that one was Tim Curry, and then beat the meat. Yeah.
The other one is the other famous one. The other famous one that's part of it. It involves it's like a group dance. What we'll probably catch on in a lot of discos and stuff like that, where people join in. And it's called "Let's Catch the Chicken Again."
There you go. That's what we're looking for. All right.
That's how it works.
You're off the hook. That's fine. Eddie, Nat, have you got any questions for Phil on his Rocky mashup?
I just wondered whether the montage had any sort of boxing training in it, and do they box in high heels?
Yeah, they've got full suspenders on, stilettos, but still tiny little gym shorts, because I reckon they were kinky enough in the 80s. Little, with an underpant lining, them type of shorts as well.
Oh, yeah.
And they do that scene where him and Creed, because in the sequel, the race on the beach like that, but they can't run in sand in the stilettos. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very good.
Yeah, no, that's covered everything for me, I think.
You covered it, right. Okay, very good. Okay, Eddie, it's your turn.
Pretty
You
comprehensive. Okay, yeah, very simple. Same, but with me as Frankenfurter.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
6
How'd you do?
It's not a brilliant idea. It's just what I want.
Right, you're going to get a grilling now. Come on, guys.
But the way it's going to work is I'm going to get rid of Biggins, and Tim Curry can play the role Biggins was in.
So you and Tim Curry, basically, in your fantasy movie?
No, because Tim Curry is going to play Biggins' role, and Biggins is going to get everyone the tea. Because Christopher Biggins has said some very stupid things about bisexual people, and he should have known better after being in a film of like Rocky Horror. So he's been demoted because of that. He's not been cancelled, by the way. He's just been demoted.
I've got a
We'll keep it light. Yeah.
I've got a question. In lockdown, I've put about a stone on. So can I play the role of Meatloaf?
It would be a pleasure, because being called Eddie, often having a quiff in my hair, and formerly wearing lots of leather jackets, I did get, when I worked as an international tour guide, Americans would often ask me if Eddie was my real name or if it was a nickname based on the fact I looked like Meatloaf in Rocky Horror. So anyone taking that mantle from me would be really useful. Thank you, Phil.
My pleasure.
So if we're going to go along this theme, where you're inserting yourself into the film and you are essentially being Frankenfurter, what other films are you wanting to do and insert yourself into? And can we have some impressions, please?
In your new career.
Bear in mind, you are Tim Curry now.
I think I would like to be Tuck Bushman in the Tuck Bushman film. I think
it's an easy role. It's an easy role.
I know. I could toss
We're mentioning stuff that people don't know what it is.
Chris played Tuck Bushman in the Tuck Bushman films, and he wrote them and edited them and filmed them and all that. But let me think.
Let's have some classic films. Come on.
Oh, classic films. Oh, in that case, I'd like to be Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Audrey Hepburn can play Mickey Rooney's role. She can like yellow up and pull her eyes back and stuff. That would be funny.
Eddie, can you please be Red in Shawshank Redemption?
I'd like to tell you that I could, but I can't.
Ronald Reagan, that one. Ronald Reagan, I got one. So. Well, that's all it does. Well, everybody can do Ronnie Reagan. Well,
he did have dementia for most of his presidency, so yeah, it's quite easy. Well, where am I? Anyway.
He called his thing Star Wars, didn't he? Just because he remembered film, I think.
He would also often tell other world leaders about things that happened to him, but they were actually just films he was in. What wasn't good?
This one time, I was invading a country on horseback.
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was, yeah. And
next up, Frank Spencer.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Frank Spencer. Draw the line. You're not getting a Frank out of me tonight. You've all been
naughty. That's only for his friends, Phil.
Look at this. Bob said, look at this. You've all gone blue, basically. You've all gone blue.
Bob, I love you, and I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you, Bob, for voting for somebody else if you vote for me from now on.
Well, it is voting time, is it not? I believe it's voting time.
I miss Bob.
Right, everybody on Facebook. Then this is a summary of the last one of the Requels. Are you ready for this? So Natalie's was basically the same film, but Biggins was playing the main role.
Yeah,
it's the opposite of my one.
All the party guests were played by has-been TV stars.
Not
all has-been, but People who are, are in the twilight years, should we say?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Darren Day.
Darren Day. Yeah. I don't know if we need to check some of these names before because I don't know. Phil's was basically a Rocky mashup, loads of boxing, Rocky Featherboa, nice name there, and Apollo Tweed. So remember these, start voting now on Facebook if you think, and then Eddie's was just a self-indulgent film about him.
Look,
and it's getting no more airtime other than that.
I've been doing the show as long as you have, and this is the laziest I've ever been. Everything else, I've always turned something in, but for this one, I decided, no, do you know what? I'm not going to dream it. I'm going to be it.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you could have fleshed it out a little bit more though in your pitch. You know,
I am not fleshing Frankenfurter out, young man.
You could have named some song titles that you changed, but it's too late now because the votes are in.
I'm not changing anything. I think it's wonderful.
I'd go to the Eddie.
Oh.
Shut up.
Because I'm in it as Meatloaf.
Oh, yeah, you got yourself a part. Yeah. I mean, just out of interest, who would you get to direct that movie?
Probably Robert Rodriguez.
Maybe somebody you've worked with before, you could get on a budget.
Oh,
maybe if you've got a small budget.
Oh, right, yeah.
Budget you might have worked with before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I could do, yeah. Let me see. Who's directed me to kiss his girlfriend before?
He's not having it.
Oh, yeah, you. Yeah, I'll have you.
Right, I might got vote.
Direct it.
Right then, let's do this then. So who's voting
that could be one of the switches.
That could be one of the switches. Who's voting in the room? Let's do that first.
I'm going to vote for Phil just because of the Rocky Featherboa. I love that.
I'm going to vote for Phil's as well.
Do you know what?
Thank you.
I'm going to vote for Phil's as well. The name's got me there. I like a good comedy name. I do.
Do you know what? I only Rocky Featherboa. I've got it written down as Rocky Balboa, but it just came to me. It just came to me when I was reading it. That's how good I am.
That's
how you get votes, mate. That's how you get the votes.
That's how you crack it with this show, yeah. Right, we've got. Phil, you need to vote as well.
Yeah, I like. They're all good, but I like Eddie's because I'm in it.
Yeah.
So, right, let's go to our votes on the screen here. We've got. Let's have a look. We got Bob's voting for Nat. Now he's changed it to Nat.
Thank you, Bob. I love you.
He wants to go all the way with Nat. He said so.
Yeah. We've got Mandy's
Me and you,
voting.
Bob.
Mandy's voting for Phil, purely for Rocky Featherboa, winning the votes. Well done, Phil. Winning the votes there. I won't see boxing in stilettos, vote Phil. Sana.
I'm not doing it.
You'll have to do it now. You've got to do it. Here we go. Let's have a look. 2 votes for Nat, courtesy of Eddie's quality Chuckle Brother version of Time Warp.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Forrest.
You have, yeah. You did. So that's 2 for Nat. So everything to play for here. What else we got? Vote for Phil there, Amanda.
I think unanimous in it.
It's swept across the board this evening as Phil. That's another round. He's won 5, 6.
What a knobhead.
He's won them all.
Whitewash.
Won it all tonight.
Absolutely.
Right, so
is this the first time someone's won all 3?
I think one other episode back in the day, somebody won all 3 rounds. It's only
long ago, maybe, yeah.
Long ago, but well done, Phil. Give it a quick round of applause. Right then, it's time for our audience suggestions now. Let's get on with this. Let's go for it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up the comments. So remember, if you want to name something while we do this, go right ahead on Facebook, leave a comment. We'll see them in the room. That's fine. Suggestions for a new Lord of the Rings style. We'll just have a quick discussion as we get to the end of the show now. So let's have a look. We've got, first of all, bring them up on the screen. That's from Bob. My ring is still ringing. What do you make of that?
Right.
One? It's from Bob.
That's obviously where Frodo's still getting like night terrors and stuff. Even that, and like his finger, sort of the place where the ring used to sit, is like throbbing because there's still some evil around. He's got to go.
I don't think so. I think that is maybe applying to his special relationship with Gandalf. His special relationship with Gandalf. Do you get it?
I think if Frodo's got a special relationship with anyone, it's with Samwise, isn't it?
He gets married, he leaves him. They go off on a boat together.
Oh. I mean, come
Spoilers.
on, because I mean, Samwise was essentially his sleeping bag for most of the second and third films.
Is that why his ring is ringing then?
Possibly, it's the hotline.
I don't know if they're
Literally
talking
ringing
about
like a
literal
phone.
rings here. What's going on? Phil, have you got anything to add to that, or do you want to move on? Have you seen The Lord of the Rings?
I've never watched that shite in all my life.
I just realised then, I thought, I bet he's never seen these.
Don't read.
I was going to ask whether Phil had seen them, because I can't
Don't worry.
imagine he has any interest in them whatsoever.
Let's find
How many
another one.
killings are in it?
Loads.
Quite a lot,
Yeah,
actually.
There's actually a lot of murder in it.
Yeah.
And death.
Right, here we go. Come on. Let's have another one. Lord of the Hobbit fetishes. I can't read it.
Oh, that's it. You could call it Lord of the Hobbit fetishes. Frodo's big toe.
I thought you'd have gone more for a throat, Phil,
They
really.
could call it, Pippin's throat.
Throat door
Oh my
baggins.
lord.
Throat door baggins.
Throat door baggins.
Yeah.
How can you be
Backdoor
making these?
Baggins.
How are you making these filthy suggestions and not getting it when I talked about his ring ringing? I don't get it.
I did get it, really. I was just trying.
What was happening is Chris was mulling over doing an impression of Gandalf, but he didn't dare do it. That's what was. I could see his brain ticking.
I'm
I
not
think
doing
if
it.
you want some proper fetish shit, if you want like restraints and stuff, then go to the big spider, and she'll lob it out for you.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
So it's just
very
it's just
clever.
carry on Hobbits now, isn't it? And Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Right, Road in the Hole from Mandy. I mean,
That's
that's right.
just one
It's a
of the-
quality stand-up with a material like that.
Fraud in the hole.
Hey,
I like
we're
this.
going to
The
talk
cat-
about
the cat-
fraud in the hole.
Good.
Mandy's voice.
Hey, is that Mandy?
That was spot
Mandy,
on.
you're a very
Yeah.
unforgiving Sarah Millican impression.
She'll be
Yeah.
steaming now on there. I can see her steaming on Facebook now. I'm going to
Yeah.
get.
Come on,
Fraud in
Mandy,
the
get him
Hole.
back.
Come on, Fraud in the Hole. What do you think?
Oh, Frodo in the Hole. I imagine that's probably the cookery series that Frodo starts of like sort of really hearty Hobbit fare, because they're big, they're very food oriented creatures, the hobbits. So it's like, yes, and this is some that I prepared earlier. Oh, here you are, Mr. Frodo. I've just made you some batter. Other such things.
Yeah.
Frank
Robbie
Spencer?
Coltrane in it.
Yeah. That was
Frank
Robbie
Spencer.
Coltrane. That was
Frank
Robbie Coltrane
Spencer.
as Cracker. Yeah. That was Cracker as Frank Spencer.
Right, we got another one. Michael Forrest, A Up Lad, as the
That's in me ring.
Boromir origin story. Love it. Okay. So a bit of old Sean Beanie.
Chris, I can't believe you didn't just read that in your natural linguistic way. That's
Oh,
how you
what?
talk.
As the Ring.
It is how you talk, yeah.
I always assume everybody's playing football when they're speaking like that, you know. A Up Lad doing headers. A Up Lad.
Where'd you get that ring from, Elizabeth? Joke.
So
I reckon.
you know what? I like this one actually. Boromir origin story. I'd watch that with Bean.
I'd watch that because what would be good is he could just go around telling everyone if they were illegitimate or not. It's got busted.
Yeah.
And he can't die in it because he's got to die in the next film, so he'd actually stay
Ooh.
alive.
I won't do it.
He
Won't do it.
Yeah,
Oh, he won't, will he?
probably
No.
won't be able to book him for
Be like
that.
that. Be like, oh no.
I can't find the bit where I'm dead.
No, I'm in whole thing. No way. Thanks for stat. I mean, nobody fell for that in GoldenEye, though, did they? When he got killed at start, and you went, he's got his name in credits. He's not going to be dead.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, and I went, he's not dead. Anyway,
Good bit of the show there, Chris. Good
I
bit.
know I can't
Being
cut that
so
out. Either.
cinema savvy must have ruined plenty of films for you.
That's the trouble of it being live. You just can't edit anything out, so people just have to sit through garbage, and it's usually coming from me. So too bad. I'm in charge. I don't care. Right, let's get rid of that. Oh, we didn't do it. We didn't even say about it. We just went on about Sean Bean. What would that involve then? Quickly, Boromir origin story.
Well,
So, so he's had the ring presumably for a bit with that.
I think it would just be a case of throughout all of it, anytime there was any kind of hoop or circle, he'd try and get it, and one of his brothers would end up getting it instead, and everyone go, yeah, they deserve it more. So he'd just be like constantly wanting a ring of his own, and then by the time he meets the Fellowship and he sees this little, floppy-haired idiot with this ring, he's like, no, I'm having it.
Right, okay. Right, we'll move on. Hang on, we've got. I don't know if this is one of the Lord of the Rings ones, but why not? Tracy said this. 4 all the way.
She's on about Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
I thought it was like the Hobbits, 4 of them, in the Lord of the Rings.
oh, there are 4, yeah.
How
True.
quickly I forget your amazing pitches this evening.
It was your question, you
I
asked.
know it was.
He's the host with the most.
We've got some Rams from Bob. I don't know what he's doing.
Is that the Welsh one?
Yes, that was.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm just going back and scrolling to see if we've got any more up at the top. No, there's no more there. Hang on. We got, what's this?
Perhaps that's just as well.
Another one from Mandy. Pills before swine.
I think that was a reference to us reacting to her joke.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I thought that was a local gin bar in Harrogate she goes to.
Getting too personal now. Let's, careful. We'll wrap it up in a second. I've got one for you. Frodo Baggins for life.
Oh, that's
Oh,
his long
yeah.
career after
nice.
he comes back to the Shire. He just starts producing some fat beats, gets himself a crew, and spits a lot of dope rhymes about destroying rings.
Yeah, good. Cool. Okay. I don't think there's any more. I don't think there's any more. I don't know. Sounded good.
I don't know any other characters apart from Gandalf and Frodo. Throw me a character and I'll give you the title.
Say something about Samwise. Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise Gamgee, Phil, go on. We've got a few minutes. You got a few minutes.
Samwise Gamgee 2.
Brilliant.
Great.
That was worth.
Aragorn Lust for Glory.
Aragorn.
Yeah, go on. Aragorn Lust for Glory, Phil. Come on.
Aragon. Yeah, he has.
Lust for Glory.
Jesus.
Aragon, yes, he has.
What is going on?
Right, okay. We've got.
Right.
I think we've spent the time there.
This rubbish.
Right then, let's wrap things up now. Okay, thank you so much for joining us to watch this show tonight on Facebook Live. First time we tried it on StreamYard, something a bit different, but we can manage comments a little bit easier on here and see what's going on better. So hope that works for you playing along. Thanks so much for tuning on Sunday night and supporting this show. We really do appreciate it. Next week, actually, we're here Sunday night again, 8 o'clock. We're doing Flight of the Navigator. The Disney classic sci-fi
Love that.
comedy, whatever it was.
Is it on Disney Plus?
I'm not sure actually. Maybe so.
If you got Disney Plus, have a look.
Have a look, yeah, and we'll come back. So all that remains to be said is thanks to my lovely panel there again for joining us. Well, give yourselves a quick round of applause for joining us. Let's give our audience at home a quick round of applause as well. Thank you very much. Quick plugs. Let's do some quick plugging. Phil, what podcasts have you got this week? What
Does it look
things
like a
going on?
fanny?
No, it looks like a neck wound.
Oh, come on, wrap up time. Come on. What have you got for us this week?
Usual podcast episode out on a Wednesday, interviewing Boris on Wednesday as well. And then on next Friday, I'm doing my celebrity quiz on Facebook where I've got loads of celebrities sending me video questions, raising money for the NHS. Last month, I had like Chris Kamara, Steph McGovern, people like that. I've got some great ones this time. I've only got Stavros Flatley. Stavros Flatley. Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, cool, very good. And how do people find that? That's on your Facebook page.
Yeah, it's on the Ted Hankey Facebook page.
Cool, excellent. So support that, great cause, lovely stuff. So next week, like I say, we'll be back Sunday night, 8 o'clock in here in this room. We're going to do this new way now.
Can I add?
Yes, sorry, go on.
I'm IC News, IC News podcast. Sam, the guy who runs it, a little bit poorly this week, so I am the main voice of IC News. Came out yesterday. They're releasing a thing every week. It's very rude and it's about current affairs, and it's all very silly and irreverent. So check that out if you would like as well. It's from the ICU Facebook page, which is silly horror stories about celebrities and politicians and stuff.
Yep, cool, very nice. Great show. Sam's a good guy. We know him well. Also, Nat, have you got anything going on?
Nah.
Well, you can see Nat, as always, the rest of us in the Discount Comedy Checkout improv shows, which we put on every Friday night. There's a new show for you to watch on the Discount Comedy Checkout Facebook page. We'll be back next time for this. We've also running a bit of a Star Wars fan film as well. If you want to join in for that, all we're asking you to do is email prequel@hotmail.com. We send you a Star Wars page and you film it in your home. Anybody can do this. Fun for all the family. We've had loads of entries already from loads of families having a good time doing it. And then we're going to put the film together and play it on a premiere on here. Just a bit of fun while you're all on lockdown. So prequel, sequel, requel.
Maybe with the director's commentary.
No. Prequel, sequel, requel at hotmail.com.
Release it as a DVD.
God knows. Right then, so we'll see you again next time. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Bye.